Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen?
Intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions
BoxingVoice.com.
So you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was touching and taking those punches.
Kownacki Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and we are going to talk a little heavyweight division. Eddie Hearn, believe him, don't believe him, trust him, don't trust him. But he says that the word around the boxing industry is that Deontay Wilder's next two fights are not Anthony Joshua. He's saying he's been told in the industry that the next two fights are Adam Kownacki and Luis Ortiz, thus freezing AJ out. So we're here to discuss Wilder. The rumor of that is Eddie Hearn correct? This is what we're going to be talking about right here on theboxingvoice.com. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/theboxingvoice, do so. Get that notification every time we go live by hitting the notification bell. Let me head on out to my co-hosts in the UK.
BoxingVoice.com.
there's never any doubt in my mind because I'm the best in the world.
It was a part of me that wanted to go more rounds. I'm a fighter.
Kownacki Productions.
I don't know who he was, but he's talking a lot. So I said, why don't you jump in the social media space?
Yo, what's up, Nez? What's up? Yeah, so Eddie Hearn has said that it won't be Joshua next. It's not really surprising. I don't know if we can believe him. He might just be saying this. I believe Team Wilder have come up before and said AJ's next fight isn't going to be Wilder because they've got that lined up with someone else as well. However, we have been discussing Wilder, and we have said, and Wilder said it himself as well, he's got options. And it could make sense as to why Kownacki hasn't taken that fight next. It could make sense as to why Luis Ortiz hasn't been taken that fight next for AJ either. Because if you've got Wilder lined up and PBC are saying you could make X amount, then you're good. You're good for now. So I don't know. I don't know whether we can believe Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn could just be saying this. He could essentially start a narrative to say, well, Wilder might just be ducking AJ already before their next fight, or before we've resumed negotiations or made any form of like headway with this super fight. So I'm not entirely sure, but let's get into it.
All right, let's head on out to Indiana.
Kownacki Productions.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
BoxingVoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. He stayed out for 47 without that.
A man stand up for what he believes in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Mike, you're muted. Mike?
I don't think his camera is on.
Yeah, it's not, but he's on the call. But all right. So, Mr. Mike, I don't know, not available. But let's hold on a minute. Hey, I can't take over. This is actually Luis Ortiz's manager. Let's see if we can't get him on.
Yeah, so essentially, guys, so the news has come out. I think Mike's joined us, but he's not ready yet. Yeah, so the news essentially has come out, and Eddie Hearn has said in an interview, I think it was with Barbershop Conversations, that he believes the AJ fight won't happen next because Wilder has his next two fights planned out. This, in my opinion, is quite disappointing because we do want the biggest fights. And if this fight isn't happening next, and Wilder's already got his next 2 fights lined up, if we make the assumption that, say, Luis Ortiz happens in October or November, and then his next fight would be in the spring, the best we could hope for is next year, maybe October, September, for an AJ Wilder unification. And that's assuming that they both stay undefeated. So I just feel like when Barry Hearn initially said this fight won't happen to 2020, guys, we're in 2020 next year, and it looks like we're not any closer to this fight happening. I just think it's very disappointing. I think both fighters should really be pushing and doing their all to say, well, I'm calling Wilder should be knocking out Brazil in 3 rounds rather than the 7 that AJ did, and he should be calling him out and saying, okay, well, you're coming to New York. I'm going to be in New York as well. I'm coming to your fight. I'm going to call you out after I knock out Brazil quicker and more impressively than you did. And then I'm going to come. You can't hide from me. There's no way that MSG can't let me in. I've been fighting in New York. I'm calling you out and I'm going to be at your fight. That's the kind of energy we need to see. But I just feel like we're not getting that right now. And it's disappointing because we deserve, as fans, as boxing fans, we deserve the biggest fights.
Akan, what's up, brother? All right, so we got Luis Ortiz's manager, Jay Jimenez, on the line. Let me just mute this. All right. Jay, you should be hearing us, and we should hear you clearly. How are you? Jay? Hold on. Jay, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're live, obviously, with the manager of Luis Ortiz. And, guys, I know you're not going to like this, but I got some alarming news in a few seconds that I was off air. He's saying that his promoter, not anyone we know, but, Jay, can you just fill the listeners in on what exactly is going on and why you feel Luis isn't getting this fight anymore? And I will say there's articles out there saying that Eddie said he's going to make an improved offer. So are you 100% sure that it's over? The deal is dead in the water?
Listen, Eddie, I hope he does. I mean, we want to fight. Like I was trying to explain, people got a misconception. I think I jumped the gun when I called the lowball offers because the promoter's telling me he's lowballing him, which is our promoter, the one that has financially backed everything from day one.
Can you just say the promoter's name so that everyone knows?
Day Promotion is, it's our people. I mean, he's always done good. If he would have pulled the money he was trying to get, which is not far off where they were, they would have said he was great, He was just trying, he explains he was just trying to pull more money for Luis, for the team. He had an insight that there was an open checkbook for the fight, that they had to pay it, that they were going to pay it, that it was easy. It shouldn't have been a problem to make such a big fight on short notice.
Now, Eddie's been saying that he's been in communication with you. Eddie's been saying he's in communication with you. You don't think you can salvage this somehow? Just pick up the phone and say, hey, can we get that original offer?
I was upset. I got kind of upset at both of them being in the middle, and I gave them the direct info and emails, and I said, yo, just deal with him already because the other side, which is our side, the promoter, felt like there shouldn't be no back and forth. This is a big fight. You got to give me real paperwork so I can look through with my attorney, just accept my offer. And I think they were both just negotiating, but I think our guy dropped the ball. You don't fight so much. Me looking at the standpoint of Luis, you don't fight so much a chance at the belt. It's not so much the money. Luis said yes from the get. Luis said, if you guys can put $5 million in my bank, I'm ready. And he said, well, I'll get you more. And great, that's just icing on the cake, and we were all gassed up. He kept promising us it's going to happen, he's going to pay what we want. And he fucked up, and he got upset. It's an ego thing, I think, but, I think he dropped the ball. I mean, we had a big discussion with him last night, and he says he's got bigger deals on the table. And the only thing it could be, I guess, is a Wilder fight with a cut of pay-per-view. But we want the Joshua fight.
But do you really think that Deontay Wilder's going to give you $5 million guaranteed plus pay-per-view upside? Is that possible for Luis Ortiz?
Well, I'll tell you what, the promoter can't come up and match, we had on the table. We wanted the Joshua fight. We think Joshua's not an easier fight, but a better fight for Lewis. He's a boxer. He doesn't have the punching power. I think Lewis could have beat him. The coin toss-up, I think Lewis would have beat him 2 out of 3. And we wanted the shot. You know, he's got 3 belts. So the promoter's going to have to back up everything he promised, you know, or he's up Schitt's Creek with Lewis.
And when you mean he's up Schitt's Creek, does that mean that you guys could get out of that fight? Excuse me, I'm pressed to.
I mean, to get out of the
contract.
He could lose the promotional contract for bad, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Go ahead, Akan. I'm sorry. One of my co-hosts has been wanting to ask you a question for some time now, Jay. So just I apologize if I keep talking over you. Obviously, this is a lot of excitement for us. We've been talking about this subject for about a week now, and there's a lot of questions. I have my co-host here, Akan in the UK, and I know he has a question.
Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, hi, Jay. How are you doing? I'm Akan from the UK. I just had a question for you in terms of, I understand where you said the promoter on your end could have dropped the ball, but do you not think that fighter, it's down to Luis Ortiz? Like, if someone has put up a big offer, 3 belts, Madison Square Garden, headline show, it might include some form of the pay-per-view if it does over a certain percentage, and if done, it's a huge offer. Is the decision not down to Luis Ortiz?
Well, there was no offer of no part of pay-per-view or none of that. It was just a flat fee what they were offering, but it's not even about that. We would have took it for the fight. We were great from the beginning. It's just we got to go off the promoter promising us that he knew for sure that there was an open checkbook, that there would have been more money for him and for Lewis. So I look at it both ways. I am upset. I was upset from the beginning, and I kind of jumped the gun saying no offer, because that's what the promoter's telling me. It's not about money at this point, me working for Lewis and doing my job. We wanted a shot at the belt. The 5 weeks training camp between us is fine, because we would have been at 80%, 90%, but Joshua would have had trouble with the southpaw, real trouble.
How's it going, sir?
I basically think it wasn't about. I just think the promoter. I mean, if he would have pulled it off on his sake, he would have looked like a genius. You know, like I said, he keeps saying that he knows the money was there. There was no reason not to pay the extra money. It was over peanuts. For us, it didn't matter, the extra money, to tell you the truth.
How's it going, sir? Michael Gross here. I wanted to ask you, was there any talk about the rematch clause if Luis Ortiz was to win? And if so, would that have been a roadblock also?
We weren't even looking at that far ahead. My point, we just wanted to fight. We just wanted it to go through. You know, it's like I said, I think Lewis beats Joshua, especially on short notice. Like Lewis stays in the gym. He wouldn't have been 100%, but Lewis Ortiz at 90%. If Takam gave him trouble, Lewis Ortiz at 90% would have given him hell. It would have been a great fight, especially in Madison Square Garden.
I gotta ask you,
that we'll win, but it's gonna be a hell of a fight.
I gotta ask. You said you didn't look that far and you didn't receive a contract. But from what we know in the media, Dillian White, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, all rematch clauses with AJ were 50-50 if AJ lost. Had that been in the verbiage of the contract, would that have been a sticking point for you? Does that bother you that even if you beat Joshua, you got to give him 50-50 in the rematch?
We weren't even given a 50-50, to tell the truth. In the rematch, I think we were getting only 10 or 12 million. We didn't care. Like I said, at that point, it means a lot to even be in that situation and win a belt. So we would have took it anyway. Even if you wouldn't have been 50-50, we're not looking at getting rich at this point. We were trying to make a statement and win a belt. So we would have took it even if it wasn't 50-50. We're not Wilder. Wilder has a belt. Wilder could argue those things. If you're not the champ, you're not in position to sit and argue rematch clauses, and that'll be a gift after that. Anything after that, and anything after a win between us, I think it'll be a gift. So we don't look at that far ahead.
So Jay, nothing's been announced. and all the articles point to an announcement for next week. Shouldn't you be hanging up with us and calling Eddie, trying to salvage this? Because at the end of the day, if you do enough interviews today, it should be enough public pressure. Because no one wants Michael Hunter, and I love Michael Hunter. He's an American and all that good shit, but do we believe he's ready? You know, the best fight is AJ versus Luis Ortiz to salvage that event. There's really nothing that comes second fiddle to that, in my opinion. Why don't you just text Eddie? Call Eddie.
I don't think so. Well, they both have each other's number, and you know, I mean, we had a long talk with the promoter last night and said, look, man, I think you should fix it. He says, well, I want them to pay me. They got the money. They need us. He's in the ego mode, and I explained to him, he believes the same thing you said. This is a needed fight for Joshua. But he doesn't know this is also a needed fight for Lewis. We want a shot, even though he guarantees us a big fight with a Wilder rematch that he has in place. I think Joshua's an easier fight for Lewis. Wilder's Wilder. He punches like a ton of bricks, and he's unorthodox. He's not a boxer where you can read him. Where Joshua Lewis is going to read him all night. He's going to have to be real careful because every time he lets the hand go, he's going to pay for it. And being that Joshua didn't train for a southpaw, you're not going to get too many high-skilled southpaws to help you in 5 weeks. So we wanted the fight.
Now, why you not calling Al? Why you not calling Al to step in like, Al, man, listen, you know our promoting Dick, he fucking shit up. Save this before it's too late. Why is Al not involved in these negotiations?
Man, I don't deal with that part. That's the promoter. You know what I mean?
Bro, this promoter sounds like he's fucking shit up for you guys, man.
The promoter's got, yeah. I mean, he's got offers. He says he guarantees the money. To me, that same money, what he's trying to do is because he's got that guaranteed money somewhere else. I still believe that Joshua fight's a better fight, an easier fight. Yes, because not because it's Joshua, because the fact that Joshua also ain't going to get enough sparring for a southpaw to get ready for Lewis. So it's gonna be a hard bone to chew on for him.
But Jay, it's hard to say that when they offered you $5 million. It's hard to say that they offered you $5 million. So obviously he wanted you to take it. Now I'll be honest with you, I was disrespected for you guys. I said, "Fuck, Big Baby's getting 6.5. Why are they offering this guy $5 million on short notice?"
They offered Miller with 6.5. I'm not sure of the numbers, and a piece of pay-per-view. But again, that was something planned that us again, as the fighter and the manager, we want the fight. We don't care too much about numbers. Promoter's point of view, like he explained to us yesterday, he says, why didn't they give us this fight first? Because when Eddie came out first, he says, oh, nobody wants to see Lewis. Everybody wants to see Miller. So we kind of felt hurt. Like, that's not true. This is the fight people want to see. We know it. There's not too many guys yet at that level where Lewis and Fury is and Wilder. And now Baby Miller X and so far just raised the stock in the last 3 or 4 left. So I guess the promoter just thought the money should have been there. It shouldn't have been a problem.
Michael Gross here again.
I'm not going to gas the guy out. Yes, go ahead.
We all know that boxing is a sport that's unpredictable. Now, with the kind of money that's on the table for Luis Ortiz, is there any way that you guys can convince the management or promoter that this is life-changing money that not only can help him but help his kids down the road?
Well, I am Lewis's manager, and I try to convince him on the point that it's not about the money because he guarantees the money. Lewis is in a position where he's going to get that money anyway before the year's over. I was convincing him on the fact that, man, we got $3 on the line, and it's the first time you might catch Joshua off guard that he's coming into a southpaw. So, stylistically, I think this is the best time to catch him. It would have been good for both guys. It would have been a hell of a fight. It would have been one of those all-time great fights of the year. You catch Joshua on a 3-month camp that he's ready for a southpaw, he's going to give you trouble. There's a big boy. He hits hard also, you know? So, like I said, we don't look at it so much of the money part. We were looking at the chance of the belts.
I can understand that, but I'm of the mindset that you don't leave guaranteed money on the table. And we all know that boxing is unpredictable, and there is no sure fact that Wilder is a guarantee to beat Brazil, even though we know that,
100%.
even though we feel like he will. Is that it ever a concern?
100%. You're 100% right. We said the same thing. We agree 100%. We wanted the fight. We think it's an easier fight, regardless of the money.
Yeah, Jay, I just wanted to ask you a question about Dillian White. He's actually come out and he's also said that he wanted to fight Ortiz December 22nd at the O2.
Never listen. I'll come out and say.
And then he also said that he submitted an offer of $2 million.
White has never. Dillian White has never in his life ever even accepted a fight from us, or has even made an offer to fight us. And never. That's not true. That's bogus.
His promoter, Frank Smith.
I called it a low bar offer.
Jay, let me just let you know that his promoter, Frank Smith, says that if Dillian White says he offered you $2 million, then that's true.
Never in his life. I'll put $1 million in a bank account if somebody bring me any text message, anything. Never. I never even spoke to Dillian White. I talked to Eddie Hearn, and that fight never even came close. Never even a dollar sign. Dillian White for Lewis is easy work. I mean, we fought David Allen and beat the piss out of him. It wasn't even a fight, and we took it on short notice too. And David Allen almost beat Dillian White. And that fight never got offered to us. We wanted that fight. We believe it would have made a name for us to keep us in the top 4. Dillian White has got a lot better, but he never offered us. That's blowing smoke. You know, when you're wrong, you're wrong. I said the low offer part just because I was frustrated with the promoter and Eddie, them not making their minds up. But $5 million, any money at a title shot is not a low bar offer. Your title should mean more than the money at the end of the day.
Jay, I completely agree with you. But the way the way that I see it as well is that obviously you've come out and you've said it's a lowball offer. Eddie Hearn is a cheat. He's cheating your client. But as you being the manager of Ortiz, isn't it like your responsibility to get him in the back?
No. That's the promoter, Khan, not the manager. It's a lot of
promoter,
people.
I said, guys, we didn't get the fight, and people just ran with it. But yeah, I said the promoter said it was a lowball offer. It wasn't. It was tactics, and I was gassed up by it because shit. If you really want the fight, just pay the man the little difference. It was off by nothing really. Just pay the man. Let's get the fight going. And it was more. I mean, if there's still a chance, it might still be a chance. Like you said, if the public wants it. I hear they still want it. They haven't made up their mind. I think they should put their egos aside and let us fight.
But why? I don't understand why you letting it play out. Why are you not calling Eddie or having Al call Eddie or Louis the Cuba? Get Louis the Cuba to call Eddie. Louis the Cuba talks to Eddie all the time.
Yeah, but we don't make the calls. The promoter, Louis is contractually signed to a promoter, and he feels like.
All right, but you got to get someone else.
Joshua needs a fight.
You got to get someone else to call that promoter, Jay. You got to get someone else. Like
I'm not gonna throw him.
It's already you are like, yo, my hands are tied.
I talked to him yesterday. Ness, I can't throw the guy under the bus. Look, he's a negotiating man. He's a businessman. He knows, and he believes that if you need him and we need to save the fight, we need to save the show, he's looking at it like, what's the problem? Pay me $10 million.
Listen, Jay.
You're getting 30.
Jay, listen to me. No one can spin a narrative like me. Does AJ need Luis Ortiz? Yes. But it's not life or death. Like Dazn ain't gonna kick him off the roster because he fought Michael Hunter or because he fought fucking Trevor Bryant.
People are gonna see him anyway. Listen, and we're gonna see him. I like Joshua. We're going to see him fight whoever he fights and knock somebody out. It's like the Tyson effect. You know what I mean? But I don't make the call, man. At the end of the day, the promoter got to stand his ground and do what he do. And if he fucks up, then we got to do what we do, and Lewis got to do what he do.
I just want to know, listen to me, hold on, because look, Al gets a lot of credit. You know, everybody's thank you, Al Heyman. What the fuck is we paying Al for if you ain't even going to call him to fix this?
Well, because that's between him and the promoter, man. They got other offers. Like I said, they got other offers for the same money.
So you saying Al Heyman is matching $5 million?
Man, he must be matching more. This guy's turning it down.
Wow.
Now, if this
I think they could fix it. You know what I mean? But
now, if this fight was not to happen and the public does not get what they want, who, in your opinion, is most at fault? Is it the zone for not complying with you guys, or is it you guys for trying to get a little bit more than maybe what they were offering?
Man, you're gonna make me say the truth. You're gonna make me say the truth, but I don't know how to lie, man.
Well, don't lie. The truth shall set you free.
Our fault all day. It's our fault all day because I would take it just for the belt, just for the chance of Lewis knocking him out. You know what I mean? In New York. So I would believe it's it's greed.
Listen, so when
or they know, or you know what? Hey, listen, I'm gonna back the promoter says we're guaranteed, so I'm gonna roll with the punches. Man.
Okay, but you can't even enter. You can't even enter into a suit with this promoter until what, September, and Wilder doesn't give Luis Ortiz.
Well, his contract's about to be up, so he's got to guarantee something, or he's in breach.
By when, though? Because, again, the Wilder fight is alleged to be in September, November. So, I mean, if you're going to give this guy until November to prove that he could come up with $5 million, he just strung you along.
You know, I don't know what to say in the mess. It is what it is, man.
Damn.
You know, so far he hasn't let him down. You know what I mean? He's been there. Every time Lewis needs money, he'll wire him $300-400 grand. I mean, they're good, you know? People got the misconception Lewis ain't broke.
Yeah, Jay, I just wanted to ask you a question about this narrative that's going around that the reason why the fight with AJ and Ortiz isn't happening yet is because there's some concerns in the Ortiz camp about VADA testing.
That's not true. We stay VADA testing. Lewis did 100 VADA tests for the Wilder fight and almost knocked him out. If they wouldn't have gave Wilder that those 22 seconds walking around, I think Lewis would have knocked him out.
He's ranked in the top 10 of the WBC. They do random VADA there all day anyway, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. We don't have no problem with that, man.
Jay, listen, man, I'm not going to take too much more of your time, bro. We're going to open up these phone lines, see what the people got to say. But we do want to thank you for returning our call and coming on the show and, just letting the world know your side of it. Hopefully you can salvage this one, man. Hopefully we can get rid of this Dade Promotions, or hopefully he could come down and be a little more level-headed, man. AJ versus Ortiz in New York sounds a lot better than Michael Hunter. Even Andy Ruiz. I mean, Andy Ruiz is from Cali. Like, man. You guys needed to get this one, bro. But listen,
well, Andy Ruiz is no walkover. I'll tell you that.
It's not about him being a walkover.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Andy Ruiz.
No, but it's not about him being a walkover. It's about
boxing IQ, though.
It's about what's sellable, though. What's more sellable? Joshua's trying to make a U.S. debut. He needs to debut to people that's known. Andy Ruiz has had 3 fights in the last 3 years. Like, Luis Ortiz has been on primetime television. He's been on national television, terrestrial TV. Like, he's known.
The people know Lewis can beat him. I mean, it's a coin toss up. Joshua is no punk, big strong dude, but it's a hell of a fight. I mean, like, I keep comparing him to the people he fought. Let's see what happens, man.
Man, you got to get Louis the Cuba to call your guys in Dade County, man.
I want the fight.
Somebody could patch that shit up. Somebody could talk to that guy. Somebody could talk to that guy and say, listen, $5 million in a title shot, 3-4 title shots. Like, don't worry about it. We'll get whatever.
That was 5 just for Lewis. He was already getting some money. That was 5 just for Lewis. He was already getting money. We agreed at 5. Lewis should get 5 for him.
Whoa. So Lewis' purse was guaranteed outside of what his promoter was getting, and they're still holding out for more money.
Yeah, because the promoter believes that there's more out there. Like we argued. Don't act like we didn't argue.
We all know there is.
There is. Listen, if you're gonna give Big Baby,
if there's $30 million in the pot on your side, if it would have been me, and I'm so sure of my fighter, I wouldn't have had the conversation from day one. I wouldn't have waited a week or 2 weeks. I would have said, "Here, what do you want? Let's go. You're so tough. Let me knock you out." So it all comes down to negotiation. When both they felt that there was a problem, they're going to try to squeeze it. It wasn't a low offer. It was just the promoter knows. Everybody knows there's money in the pot. There's 30, 40 million on your side. The whole show is sold out. You got sponsors. You got zone. You got pay-per-view. I personally, 10 million was easy money. Just make the fight.
But real quick, man, we know that
10 million is fair, man. Hey, no, Jay, put this bullshit notion to rest. Why do people believe that Ortiz? Matter of fact, you asked the question differently. How much? No. I want to know the purse, man, because everybody's trying to peg Luis Ortiz to. Oh, he's only made $500,000. Why isn't he jumping at this offer? Is that true?
Luis, well, we said yes from the beginning.
No.
Negotiation with
No. The argument.
Wilder and Joshua said yes from the beginning.
No. The argument is Luis turned down 20 times his purse, meaning his highest purse has only been $500,000.
I don't know who said that because listen, that goes against the media and the hype train, and that comes with boxing and all sports. Luis never turned down nothing because Luis wasn't negotiating. Either did I. That was between promoters over not coming to an agreement over peanuts already to us because Luis didn't turn down nothing.
But in the New York State
Luis
Commission,
knows. If you ask Luis right now, he thinks he'll fuck Joshua out. He says Joshua got nothing for me, and knowing that he doesn't have that he's gonna have 4 weeks, 5 weeks sparring for a softball. There ain't good softballs out there. You know he's gonna get two. Maybe he won't. He won't be ready for Luis.
My thing is this. Listen to me.
Money
Jay.
wasn't even the issue.
Listen to me, Jay, because this is what Eddie does. Eddie gets in front of a camera and he's gonna say, "Well, Luis Ortiz on paper has only made $500,000. This guy is ducking AJ because I offered him $5 million."
Listen, what he's made. Listen, he can say all he wants to me, and there's puppets out there and back. What he's made to what he's worth today, to what he's worth right now. There's nobody to fight. The promoter knows that on this side. We know that ourselves. We don't care because we want the fight also, but business, me putting in the promoter side, I would also ask for big money. There's nobody to fight. You got Wilder fighting somebody else. You got Fury fighting another channel. You tell me who we could fight. There's nobody left. Miller was the only guy left. Who else can he fight that we'll get excited to watch? And that's talking like a boxing fan. I'm a boxing fan before work. I watch all their fights. I watch Wilder. At the end of the day, I'm all their fans, besides business. So who else can we watch? They know they got to pay Luis for the promoter. And, I guess it's just an ego thing in the middle now. But there's nobody left to fight to save the show. Luis is the guy they know could beat him. Luis is what's going to sell all the pay-per-views and sell show tickets right now because Luis could beat any of them.
I'm gonna take it that Dade County
if you look at Lewis and Wilder fight, if you look at the Lewis and Wilder fight.
With that being said, Tyson Fury, Dylan White, and Deontay Wilder all said that AJ lowballed them. Now, if you guys know that
AJ doesn't make the offers though, man. AJ will fight anybody too. Listen, AJ don't make the offers, man. The promoters that's their job to negotiate business and make the most for the boxing. It's a business for them. But it doesn't mean that he don't want to fight. I don't believe for a second Wilder don't want to fight Joshua or Joshua don't want to fight Wilder or Ortiz or Fury. I mean, you saw Lewis took the Wilder fight. They fought each other, and Lewis took it to him, chased him down all night until he got tired. Fury fought Wilder and boxed him, ran around. None of them are afraid. I think it's the promoters that make the offers and go back and forth on business. And that's where things get caught up and mixed up. Or if not, we would have seen the Wilder-Joshua fight already. If you really want the fight, they would have gave Wilder his 50-50 and done the fight 2 years ago. So I don't believe it's the boxers. I think it's the promoters negotiate for their cuts.
Well, Jay, man, I want to thank you, obviously, for taking out the time to come on, answer the people's questions. We do appreciate it, man. I just ask, Salvage
I just want to
it.
clear the air, bro, because people are saying Lewis turned it down. When Lewis hasn't spoken to nobody, Lewis stays working. Lewis stays in the gym. He stays with his family. Lewis, that's all he knows how to do. Lewis doesn't turn nothing down. But if they got him an offer and they're offering him, and his promoter's negotiating, his promoter till today has paid his bills and made him a lot of money, and he believes he's right, we gotta just, all we could do is complain and try to make the fight. Maybe it can still be salvaged.
Yeah, so as his manager, and not his promoter, but saying that initially you said you were like the middleman and the bridge in between Eddie Hearn and the promoter, do you think there's not anything else you can essentially do to kind of salvage this? Because essentially his next opponent hasn't been announced yet, so we're assuming that it's not a done deal yet that he's fighting someone else. We would like to see the Ortiz fight. You're saying Ortiz is ready. He's just focusing on fighting. So is there anything at all that you can do between now and then at all?
I personally got out of it because I had a couple words with the promoter and then with Eddie, and then I got out and let them deal with it. I said, look, guys, just finish doing your things. You know, that's not my job. My job is always going to be pulling for Lewis. I just want the fight. And then, so I don't have to get back and forth, and I shouldn't be in it. You know what I mean? I told the promoter to make it happen. We want it. His job is to pull the most for the fighters. So?
Well, Jay, man, thanks again, brother. Any social media you want to give out? Lewis's social media before we let you go?
Lewis doesn't do social media, man. That's guy old school, just stays in his family and out of, you know, Lewis ain't a big talker, or Lewis stays out of that. Lewis just knows how to be a family man and fight when it's time, when they call him.
What about yours?
I just run the King Kong Boxing Twitter and Instagram.
Well,
my little brother.
There you have it, King Kong Boxing on Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you, my brother.
Jay, man, thanks again. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Manager of Luis Ortiz, Jay Jimenez. I want to thank him and Team King Kong for coming on the show. They got back to my message, and, that obviously helped us. We got a lot of information. Listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets us know that you appreciate the hard work, the content, the continuous consecutive daily shows, sometimes double and even triple. And if you're subscribed to us on Patreon over at patreon.com/The Boxing Voice, you are getting triple and double daily. We're going to go out to the phone lines. Before we do, a word from our sponsors. But don't forget, the best way to support the show is to drop us a 5-star review on iTunes to continue to keep us the #1 boxing podcast in the world. Catch us doing our live performance Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this fight week for Canelo and Jacobs, live from the T-Mobile Arena. The TBV gang will be doing their thing once again, live show, and we will live stream it. So those that can't make it to Las Vegas, catch us on the live stream. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. And yeah, let's go. Any final thoughts, gentlemen? Obviously, a lot to take in. Mike, I mean, I don't even know what you got excited, because it was so much for me to digest that I didn't even hear your question or his answer. I just seen you get excited. So what's going on?
Oh man, the $5 million, man. I said it was a good offer yesterday. Everybody said, a lot of people on this show thought I was crazy, that I was being disrespectful to Luis Ortiz, but Jay said it. Jay said it was fine with him. The $5 million was cool with him. It was good money. But I do got to give Ortiz an apology. It's not him that's holding this fight up. It's not him that's not willing to take this fight. It seems like the promoter is being extra greedy, even though he's getting.
You can't say extra greedy, and we always knew. Listen to me, Mike. Let me ask you something. You needed this phone call to know that it wasn't Lewis. You don't know that there's people that guide your career for you. There's people to make decisions and then bring you the final say. Like, come on, bro. We always knew.
Honestly, I thought Lewis was like every other PBC fighter. Don't have a promoter. I didn't know he was with Day Promotions down in Miami.
You didn't read the article?
I didn't know he was
like
Dade promoter.
the first article that says
low
lowball offer says his promoter for Dade County. It says it.
I just thought it was one of those guys that Al uses. You know what I'm saying? Like Lou, you know what I'm saying, helps Al Wilder. I didn't know that he was actually like contracted to that guy. But yeah, man, it just seems like the promoter is the one that's holding it up, and it's like the blame can't be on Ortiz, because it seems like Ortiz wants to fight, is willing to take the fight, but you got checks and balances, man. So
nah, but listen, the blame is on Ortiz. The blame is on Ortiz because, again, you are the boss. It's like I'm telling Jay, what you mean it's over? Pick up the phone.
Say that, Ness, but you know for a fact, just because you say you the boss. Mikey Garcia was the boss, but he got out of Top Rank, didn't he? Demetrius Andre was the boss.
Wait. What do you mean by he got out of Top Rank?
I mean, he wasn't.
That's why, Mike. No. Listen to what you said. He is the boss. That's why he left the promoter that only he can hire. The promoter can't hire you.
He wasn't satisfied with what they were doing,
and he left them.
And he took 2 years off on the shelf to get out of his contract. He wasn't fighting
because he had to wait his contract out. He had to wait his contract out. He had to keep denying every fight they wanted to give him. Wait his contract out. Go to litigations. Same thing. Listen, the thing is, you don't know the history of Cuban fighters, but look, Gamboa's no different. Gamboa had 3 promoters. Rigondeaux had 3 promoters. Like, Cubans come here because, dog, you know, let's go off a hypothetical, but this is some real shit. You know what I mean? It's like watching one of them documentaries on Netflix about cocaine cowboys, you know? A little bit of truth, a little bit of fakeness, okay? But basically, you know, if somebody got money, they could bring a Cuban fighter. That's just how it is. You know, it's 10 stacks for 91 miles, you know what I'm saying, of ocean, like on a lancha. Like, that's what they do. They defect. So if you help a fighter defect, believe me, there's going to be some paperwork. Why you think all these these Cuban dudes be having like 5? Yo, you never even heard of Joshua Frank. Is it Joshua Franco maybe? Another Cuban. Not the Mexican, not the one with Golden Boy. Nah. There's another one that never really could make it because he had like 8 promoters. These dudes got too many promoters, man. Too many. Look at right now, right? Look, Luis Ortiz, Dade County Promotions. Then he's got Jay Jimenez, the manager, Al Heyman, the advisor, and that's only what we know. We don't even know if to be with Al, he's co-promoted by Lou or some other shit. We don't know. Like, we just found out about this dude through an article. And at the end of the day, you can't take the blame off of Lewis because Lewis should know what's going on. Now, you heard Jay. Jay is saying, look, this guy is guaranteeing us. And there's nothing you can do about that because in contract, that's how it works. Like, you got the last
Jay
match.
Said he had words with him and Eddie because he didn't like how it was going. So apparently Jay ain't feeling it either.
What? No. He said he had words with the promoter.
Yeah, he had words with the promoter and Eddie. So that tells me Jay's not a fan of what the promoter's doing either.
Oh yeah, no, he made that clear that but he's saying he is happy with the 5. He is happy with the 5.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's only one guy. And that's what I'm saying. You taking a victory.
Guys.
You taking who?
Guys.
Who's 2 guys?
Ortiz and Jay. They fine with it. They
Bruh,
cool with it.
Listen to me. If Luis Ortiz was truly fine, he would be accepting the offer. Because the promoter, listen to me, it don't matter what the promoter say. All the promoter can say is, I can match it. Now, if he tells Lewis, I can get you more, then I believe we would have to ask a lawyer or some shit. I believe within that contract, he can't take the AJ fight because he's already being offered more. But Lewis got the ultimate say-so. And Lewis ain't come out and say shit yet. I mean, this manager just came on to tell you Lewis ain't say shit. That's only been him and the Dade County promotion dude, the ones talking.
All I want to say is that when we originally said that Luis Ortiz is a duck, I stand by that. Let me tell you why I stand by that. Let me tell you what.
Let him defend his statement, bro.
Let me tell you why I stand by that. Because his manager, not his promoter, has essentially come on this show and he said, we're happy with the offer, right? We've said...
Not
Nez,
we.
he said
he.
Okay, he is happy and Luis Ortiz is happy with the offer, right? So those two guys are happy with the offer. But he's also come and he said, well, we don't know because we've essentially been told we might have Wilder next. He also said that. That's something that we were glossed over. He essentially said his promoters come back to them and said, we don't know whether we have to take this fight.
He also said that his promoter told him they got multiple offers. Multiple offers.
You mentioned Wilder.
You went out.
He's going to make that money back for him by the end of the year. So whatever AJ's them offering, he's going to get that by the end of the year if he goes with the that route.
Didn't say the end of the year, Mike.
Nah,
he essentially said if the promoter doesn't get him that money that he's turned down, he said if the promoter doesn't get him that money that he's about to turn down, they can essentially take them to court or the contract can be void. Essentially you're saying that's when Nez said, okay, but can you guarantee that Wilder is going to give him $5 million guaranteed in the next fight? Because he said if he turns that down, he has to guarantee that amount in the next fight. Otherwise, the contract's void. That's what he said. He said that on this show right now. He said that on this show. So in my opinion, they had one eye on AJ, but they had one eye on Wilder too. Because Nez, you're absolutely right. This is down to Ortiz. You can't tell me. I understand the promoter. We can't all just shift this blame on just the promoter. Since when does the promoter enter the ring? The promoter doesn't enter the ring.
Yeah, he's not entering the ring, but he's entering the mind of the fighter by saying, I got multiple offers and I got an offer that you'll get more. That's what Jay said. You're going to have to play the playback.
That to me tells me you don't want AJ.
But correct me if I'm wrong, though.
But
to me tells me you don't want AJ.
Akan, this is the same argument that I had on multiple of these Luis Ortiz shows. If you're Luis Ortiz, better the devil you know than the devil you don't. You've already been in there with Wilder. You've heard him. You thought you beat him. You thought you could have won. You should have won. So if they telling you match offer versus Wilder, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Not according to Jay. He feel like the motherfucking AJ fight easy.
Again, Jay's the manager, not the trainer, not the fighter.
Okay, but that's the manager, Nez. We did a whole show on a statement the manager did on his Instagram, and the manager has just come out and he's essentially said, sorry, it wasn't a lowball offer. I just went off what I heard from the promoter.
Yes.
We were actually happy with the offer. Luis Ortiz was happy with the offer, but the promoter got in our ear, and I had a disagreement with the promoter too. So we did a whole show bashing Eddie Hearn, saying, Eddie Hearn is sending another lowball offer because, as I said, they jumped on the lowball offer train. They jumped on that train where it's like, the narrative.
Hold on. All right, I get the avenue that you're going. So now let me just rebut that because, brother, it doesn't change the fact that it's a lowball offer because this man likes it. Don't twist up your face. I gave you time to defend yourself. Let me defend my statement, okay? Big Baby still got 6.5 with 10 to 12 weeks training camp. You're asking Luis Ortiz to come in on 5 weeks for $5 million. So it is a low ball offer. It is. Now, is it an offer that the fighter would accept? That's fine. Listen, there's low ball offers that are still good, but in the grand scheme of things, Luis Ortiz does deserve in that 9 to 10. That's why we were all saying 7, 8, 9, 10. Why?
Okay,
because Big Baby with no
90
resume.
seconds.
Big Baby with no resume, with no fan base, earned 6.5.
Okay,
if
but
Luis Ortiz really think he deserves 8, 9, 10, then he would have held out. He wouldn't say that.
But Mike, he did hold out. His promoter held out.
His promoter held out, not the fighter.
Luis Ortiz didn't hold out.
Hey,
he's happy with it.
Akan, what else did his manager say? Hey, Ness, man, the promoter's a good negotiator. He's always came through. So stop it. Though. Y'all can get mad all you want. If the promoter that got you this far, is telling you that there's more money and you could get more money, and if they don't want to give it, I'm guaranteeing you it over here. Nigga, go keep playing with your fucking kids until the promoter call you. Don't be mad. Mad.
There's one thing. There's another thing. I have to quote Elms here. A low ball offer is only a low ball offer considered by the person that's receiving it. Ortiz, in his end, doesn't seem to be thinking.
Hell no. Hold on. That is not true. Brother, there is a market. There is a market. You telling me that if tires are sold at $100 and someone else starts coming selling tires at 10 is not lowball because I like the price I'm paying for them? What the fuck is wrong with you? No, bruh.
Yes, no, but that's you. Again, Ortiz, can we just not skip over
10
that? Ortiz
seconds.
happy with his money. Mike, he's happy with the $5 million.
It's still a lowball offer. Is it not lower? Is it not lower than the guy that's less qualified?
How can it be a lowball offer if the guy accepts
Because
it?
the promoter has the final say so at the end of the day, man. As size got me, we seen it. If a promoter don't want you to fight, guess what, Akon? You ain't fighting.
That's it.
We seen it before. We seen Demetrius Andre get out of his contract because I don't know how he did because Ness said nobody ever gets out of those guys, but he did.
He got out that star boxing, but it took forever.
He wasn't happy.
It took forever.
So, like, if a promoter don't want you to fight, no matter what you say, no matter if you accepted it and you want to get in the ring, if I say that I'm your promoter and I got you under contract, you can't fight, my dog, guess what you ain't doing? You ain't fighting.
Okay, Mike, I agree with that. But Mike, if you're my promoter, yeah, and an offer's coming for me, and I'm happy with $5 million, it's the most money I've ever seen in my life. If you believe you can get me more, okay, that's your job for you to get me more. But then I'm not going to allow someone else to come stand next to me and tell me that the highest money I've ever earned in my life, $5 million for me, not to pay my promoter, they're getting taken care of too. $5 million for me, I'm happy with. I'm not going to allow someone else to come next to me and tell me that that's a lowball offer, because to me, I'm happy with my career highest payday. It's not a lowball offer to me. It might be okay. So the promoter believes it's a lowball. Ortiz doesn't believe it's a lowball because he wants to take the fight as per his manager. His manager wants to take the fight too.
Con, what's the first rule of business? Never take the what?
First offer. And wasn't that the first offer? $5 million? But Akon wanted to tell himself shit in the mirror until he believe it. It's all good, bro. Listen, my man getting less than a dude less qualified, but it's not a low ball offer. Okay, Mike, you went to college, you studied for all them years, but they gonna pay me more than you. Nah, they ain't lowballing you, Mike. This nigga right here, man. I'm telling you, stay in the UK with that way of thinking.
No. But hold on, this, because I'm gonna come for you.
Every time.
Hold on, this. Every time you mention this 6.5 million, I want you to post a link right now to say Big Baby got 6.5 because I've
just
got
go
two
through
links.
boxing scene.
Two links. Hold on. No, ESPN said 4.8.
Go through boxing scene. Go through boxing scene. Listen. We reported on the 6.5 when it first came out. Go through the week of the press conference.
I admit. Hold on, there's two sources that said it was less than 6.5 and it was around 4.8. One of them is ESPN, and number two was the guy that made the offer to him, and that was Eddie Hearn. So there's two people now saying he didn't get paid 6.5, but you are suddenly spinning this narrative to people saying, yeah, it was 6.5. It wasn't 6.5. It wasn't. It was never 6.5 to begin with. So he's been offered, his manager just said it was $5 million. He's been offered more than Jarrell Big Baby Millionaires.
Brother, until you show me that it's not being reported 6.5 or that hasn't been reported 6.5, it's 6.5. The first time we found out about his money, we ain't found out no offer that you're bringing up. We only found out and brought up the 6.5. Now you want to change it. That's cool. Let me tell you something else just changed. We first found out Earl did 400. Now they saying it's 360. We first found out Wilder did 325. Now they saying 345. We first found out numerous things, and it always changes. So whatever's good with you is good with you. Just like whatever's good with me is good with me.
Now, like I brought up in the past, did the zone take it back that 1.7 they could have threw on top for Big Baby? Is that where the 6.5 could have came from?
I mean, we're going to have to get Joe McCroskey on the show to find that out.
True. But yeah, man, sponsors, call us. Let's go.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
And if you guys really appreciate us doing our journalistic duty by getting Jay on and getting the answer that you guys wanted, and he was very, very truthful. He wasn't sugarcoating shit. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, man. It really helps with the visibility of the show and can help us go a long, long way.
So, who do we got here? A lot of people.
How am I in protection mode? Let me know, Must.
All right, we got a pound for pound supporter coming from the Nolia, so you know he up first.
What up, R&V,
man?
R&V,
what up, man?
What's up, Will? Hey, man, let me tell you something. A business person is not going to put himself in a position to lose his golden goose. So basically, they basically just told you what's happening next. Al told the man, you get more than, for him to turn out $5 million, he had to be getting way more than $5 million. And the man just basically said, he basically putting his promotion career on the line, because it's not like he got does he have another Luis Ortiz in the stable that he could back up on? So he basically just said he just put his credibility on the line and possible lawsuit of losing the contract with Luis Ortiz by turning down this fight. So that Wilder fight must be in the looms, or somebody that promised him that he really cool with something, because he basically just put his career on the line with Luis Ortiz dropping him by November. So that's the story. That's the breaking news right there. So all the ones crying, and Mike, the man just told you, even if he was admitting with you, that the man worth $10 million. He just said they got $40 million in the pot. He literally just said that. So if you're talking about, he should have took the $5 million, the man just told you they got more money in the pot. So if Lewis don't make that other $5 million, somebody gonna take that $5 million home with him. It's not like it's gonna disappear. So that was the breaking news, that the Deontay Wilder fight is gonna be happening in November. Old boy gonna be lawsuit, he's gonna be sued, and he gonna lose his biggest client, because they ain't got too many big heavyweights.
Cut it. It's about 36 million in the pot. AJ got 32. Big Baby got 4.8. So about 36 million in the pot, 37.
Hey, Mike, so that 4.8, is that calculated in the UK pay-per-view? Because it ain't sale yet, so how could you calculate it? Or are they just projecting it?
That could have been what is called the guaranteed payment, because it had to be over a certain number before Big Baby got something.
It was $1 million, right? Was it over $1 million?
Exactly. So how could you calculate it?
What I'm saying is that 4.8 was the guarantee what Big Baby was getting, like the minimum, I'm guessing.
All right, but what about his UK pay-per-views?
You can't calculate because it hadn't came yet.
All right.
That's back
and
money.
Jay said that his contract came with no pay-per-views.
Yes, no pay-per-views.
His contract was a flat fee. He used the word flat fee.
Yep.
But Akan wants to tell our listeners it wasn't a lowball offer. Meanwhile, again, a less qualified guy got 200 grand less, according to Akan, 200 grand less than King Kong, and UK pay-per-view upside, plus 10 weeks training camp. But it's not a lowball offer. Okay.
Yeah, the first thing you said was that Big Baby Miller was getting 6.5 and Ortiz was getting 5.
And I'm still saying he's getting still saying it. I'm still saying he's getting 6.5. I'm only using your number to show you that it's still a lowball offer.
But you have actually you're using the boxing scene article, even though Eddie Hearn and ESPN have both come out and said that he was never getting 6.5 million.
No,
I'm still using the 6.5 million.
I'm still using the 6.5 million, Akan. Listen to me. I'm still using the 6.5, but in my last statement, I was using your 4.8 to prove to you that the 5 million given to Luis Ortiz is a lowball offer, because that is a flat fee, where the 4.8 is not a flat fee. That's a guarantee plus UK pay-per-view upside plus a 10-week training camp, where for Luis Ortiz, it's a flat fee of 5 million, 5-week training camp, short notice.
Okay, but Ness, I'm just going to ask you a question. Is there a possibility that the offer that Eddie Hearn is claiming that he's going to expose, could it be that he offered Ortiz more than 5 million?
Maybe. We can only go off the information we got today. Every show is based off today.
He said it was way more.
He said it was way more.
Every single show is based off the quotes and the articles that we find daily. If Eddie got something to say, he know the number to call.
I try to get away so many people on Twitter that motherfucking like, don't call in. Those guys are biased. Those guys are cheap. Those guys are.
But they all here tuned in. They tuned in.
Yeah, they all listen.
They tuned in.
Y'all.
We caught the mother dudes from the mother shows listening the other day. What you talking about? They all tuned in. Brandon, talk to me in Cincinnati. What happening?
What up, B?
You called him Lil
What's
B?
going on? This is Brandon Marvey. What's going on, man? Realest caller of the decade. Hey, when I'm right, I'm right. What did I tell you motherfucker yesterday? They didn't want the smoke. He was on this motherfucker, fumbling his words, stuttering, playing with our intelligence. We know the fucking business of boxing. We know negotiate purses and shit. It ain't no fucking promoter. It's the manager. Managers negotiate purses and contracts. That is not the job of the promoter. Don't play with my intelligence. Dude, they dipped. They dropped the ball. He came over to tell us they made a mistake saying the money was, I made a mistake and said it was a low ball offer. Get the fuck out of here. That was just a damage control call, brother. And before I get up, I just want to know this. I know the sheep going to come over here and say, well, they must get more money in the pot for Wilder because why would they turn it down? Well, actually, answer this question for me. If they already know they got more money in the pot for Wilder, what was the point of that call? What was the point of that call if you know you got more money coming? That's my call. Them motherfuckers don't know what they got next.
I'm glad he said that's his call. He just cut himself with 20 seconds right there. Now, don't that make no sense at all? This is what I'm saying. I mean, the con tell the U.S. callers this shit all the time, and now I got to tell the U.S. sheep this shit all the time. Don't sit on the fucking phone line fucking an hour to then get on here and say some dumb shit. He just said whatever the fuck he said. I'm not even going to attempt to repeat it. I'm going to just rebut the dumbness, all right? What was the point of the call? That's the manager, not the promoter. What was the point of the call? That's the manager, not the promoter. The manager did say that the promoter has always done what he says. So what was the point of the call? That's the manager, not the promoter. Shut your dumb ass up, Brandon. Dumbest caller of the year.
He said that it's not the promoter that deals with the negotiations and the purses. It's the manager.
Nah, I wouldn't agree with that.
Oh, okay. Tell that to Bob.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that.
What about Frank Warren? Tell that to Frank Warren. No, matter of fact, tell it to your buddy, Eddie Hearn.
I believe the manager.
Wait. Where's AJ's manager? We never heard of him. We only hear of Eddie whenever we talk about negotiations. So what the fuck is the con talking about? Now he trying to give Luis Ortiz manager more clout than he need. Come back here, Con. Where you at?
I didn't say that. I said the person that just called in, you're not paying attention. The person that just called in.
No, you was
Brandon,
trying to help. You was trying to help the person that called in.
Yeah, he just said it's not the promoter that deals with the negotiations or that deals with the offers. It's the manager. That's what you were trying to rebut, but you didn't hear that he said that.
If it was the manager, then where is AJ's manager? Why do we only hear from Eddie Hearn?
Why didn't you ask the caller that?
I ain't got to ask the caller. You chose to side with the caller.
You didn't side with him.
You sided with him.
I reminded you what he said. I didn't agree.
You sided with him.
I reminded you what he said.
It's all good. We're going to go to a Wally on Skype.
Wally.
Yo, am I live?
TikTok, motherfucker.
Yo. Am I on?
Yo.
Am I on?
Nigga, you on. 30 seconds passed by.
All right, check this. Two quick things, yeah? First of all, if it's AJ's management, yo, are you gonna play the music and kill my time or what, man? Let me start, man. Yo.
Yo. What up, baby? Right. What's going on? Tell me how you feel.
Check this, yeah? All I can see is, if this was a court, that guy came in and snitched on Al Heyman, snitched on everybody, Nestor and his dumb narratives the whole week. He came in and he said it straight up. Al Heyman basically went behind closed doors, fucked up this fight for everyone, and said, yo, I've got you the Wilder fight. Don't worry about this. Blame Al Heyman. Cut it.
Way to blame Al, boy. God damn.
Bro, my man literally never said Al Heyman.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with it. He said we ain't even talked to Al about the fight.
Bro, this is how rumors get started, man. Dirtbags like that. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. The level and lengths people would go. Canna on Skype, man. Talk to me.
What up, y'all? Man, great interview. I hope he listened to some of your advice, and that's basically you telling him to call everybody on his team to get the shit going. That's crazy. You ain't making a dime off their deal, but you making their shit, move. Y'all and all these numbers, y'all be losing me sometimes. Like, y'all ain't making a dime. Why y'all tripping on all of that? But other than that, good show. Little production note. Why y'all got Wilder's picture on here with Ortiz when y'all should be trying to Photoshop AJ and them on the background?
Nah. What happened was this supposed to be a show about Eddie Hearn talking about saying that Joshua isn't next because he's been told through the industry that Luis Ortiz is next, and then it's Kownacki, not Anthony Joshua. But the manager of Luis Ortiz happened to call in, so we just put him live, and it turned into a Luis Ortiz show. But we were supposed to be talking about Eddie Hearn. I even got the audio. I'll play it after your call.
Got it. Check. Okay. Well, y'all do y'all thing then. Good show. That's my call.
All right. Yeah, that's what happened, guys. We never really got to the show. Like, as soon as, before Mike even got to speak, I had got a call on my cell from Jay, and, I told Khan to hold it down while I went in the back end and spoke to him. He said he had a few minutes, so we put him on live. But I got the audio, and I'm going to just pull that up in a minute. In the meanwhile, I'll take another call. Jeffrey Rodriguez, talk to me.
What's going on, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey Rodriguez. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that Skype button. It helps with the visibility of the show because numbers help us grow, and growth gets us big interviews like today's. We're going to go to Roberto Bonilla on Skype. What up? Robert on Skype. Robert Bonilla.
Roberto.
All right, we're going to this audio, then we'll go to another one.
Okay, what worries me more is that everybody in the business tells me that he's been told, and all these fighters have been told, that his next two fights are Luis Ortiz and Adam Kownacki. And that worries me because the only fight we want next is Deontay.
So there you go. Everybody's telling them the next two fights are Luis Ortiz and Adam Kownacki, and that worries them because the only fight that they want is Wilder versus AJ. We're going to go to Rue in a 504 on Skype.
Hey there, what's going on today, fellas?
What?
That call with the manager really confused the shit out of me. It's really just muddied the waters of this whole situation. If they can negotiate this fight and get it done, they need to do that. If Ortiz is banking on a rematch with a guy that has a fight coming up, I don't know if that's such a smart decision. I think we all think that Wilder's going to spark Brazil out, but who knows what the hell could happen. I mean, if he's banking on that could blow up in his face. And he has something right here in front of him with AJ that could potentially be an opportunity. This is just one we'll just have to watch and see how it unfolds, but it could be a poor business decision on Ortiz's part if these things completely fall apart. But that's my call.
All right. Let me go out to No Way on Skype. No Way
out.
Hey, is this it, B?
It is you. Yes, we do.
Oh, cool. First time caller, long time listener.
Where you calling from?
Great. Oakland, California.
Okay. Bay Area.
Yeah. So, I gotta respect Ortiz's, at least willingness through his manager to take whatever and put the belts over everything, true communist style. But, I also gotta respect the promoter for saying, hey, you can get some more money over here. But I have a couple of questions I would like to hear your answers off air. How are you guys saying that the pot for AJ is the same for to be determined as it is for Miller, when I thought the Zone was putting up extra money for Miller and didn't do the same thing for White? And also, does this mean that Wilder's a cash cow now? That's it. That's my call.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. So who wants to go first?
As far as the pot being the same, I don't think it necessarily is the same because of everything that happened, and the zone was putting up extra money. But if the zone wants this fight to happen, like they wanted the Miller fight to happen, tell them to throw a little something on top of what Ortiz is getting and make it happen. And with the Wilder being a cash cow thing, I mean, shit, to this day, you know what I'm talking about? Being a cash cow.
He ain't no damn cash cow, Mike. But I agree with what you said the first part. In terms of
So
Wilder,
wait a minute. So if Wilder's next fight is on pay-per-view, a con, and it is versus Ortiz, and Ortiz doesn't take the AJ fight, then would you retract your statement about him not being a cash cow? Because that means that Ortiz systematically held out for the bigger fight.
Okay, hold on, Nez. So will Wilder, if Ortiz holds out for the bigger fight, in your opinion, and in his team's, it's his promoter's opinion, not his opinion, not Ortiz or Ortiz's manager's opinion, his promoter's opinion, if that happens, do you think Wilder earns anywhere near as what AJ is about to earn?
I'm not sure because we didn't expect Wilder to earn $20 million, and he is.
But would you say he's in for a career high payday? Like
I would say,
level. So
I would absolutely say that Wilder's next fight, regardless who it is going to be a career high payday. Yes. Because this fight is a mandatory, and he got exactly. This fight is a mandatory, and it's already a career high payday.
Guarantee wise,
I believe
we don't know what back end checks he get. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think there's back end because it's not pay per view.
I believe in the division, like the heavyweight division, I don't believe there can be more than one cash cow. I just believe there can only be one at a time.
There was two cash cows in the welterweight division. Floyd and Manny were systematically giving people $1 million paydays at the same time in the same generation.
So who's right now? You would say AJ and Wilder are both
also Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez were systematically giving out paydays in the same division. Champ, try again though.
Okay, so no. I'm just wanting to say, the listeners that are listening, the hundreds that are listening in, I just want you guys to both say that Wilder is a cash cow in the heavyweight division.
I didn't say that. I told you he said, I guess Wilder's a cash cow. He said, I guess Wilder's a cash cow, or is Wilder a cash cow? He preferenced that in the question so that we can do what we're doing. And I'm telling you, I would choose to wait and see what Ortiz's team does. See if their next fight is Wilder. See if it's on pay-per-view. Then if all the signs are pointing to yes, then it's yes, because DAZN was offering Wilder $20 million to fight on DAZN versus Brazil. And Brazil isn't out here saying that it's not fair, that Heyman made him fight on Showtime. He could have got a bigger split if Wilder would have just took the DAZN check. That means Wilder got what he got. That means Brazil got what he got. That means this is
Fury, goddamn me, where his biggest fight payday came from.
And that means that, Brazil and Wilder got this money. So this is Wilder's biggest payday. So I don't think that the next fight with Kownacki, who's going to be bigger in Barkley, or Luis Ortiz, which is the bigger fight because of the rematch in the controversial 7th round, it's going to be more. You're never going to go, listen, didn't Golovkin make more money in his rematch? Why wouldn't Wilder and Luis Ortiz? I mean, these Wilder haters are so obsessed. They're so jealous. I mean, look, no, Gennady made more money in the rematch. He held out and got 47.5%. But no, Wilder and Ortiz are going to make less in the rematch.
Okay, but hold on.
Yeah. Hold on, Ness. Let me try another argument because you keep shutting them all down.
Who did he fight?
Canelo Alvarez.
Okay, no further comment, Your Honor. Don't say he went and made more in the rematch and then leave out who you made that money against.
All right.
Put it into context. Don't do that. Because he's not getting that money in his next fight.
Listen,
he's not getting that money in his next
fight. Don't be Luis Ortiz and get your blood pressure high. Don't be Luis Ortiz.
I'm too young.
Let me tell you someone you're familiar with that got more money in the rematch. George Groves. What up, Champ? When they broke the record the first time, you telling me Groves ain't get more in the second fight?
I
What
didn't
up?
say he didn't get more in the second fight.
I'm just showing you the rematches get more. Rematches get more.
You
That's my
disputed
whole
that.
argument, right, Mike?
At what point did anyone dispute that? The question was, is Wilder a cash cow? That's what the statement was. You just laid out how it could potentially be true that Wilder is a cash cow in his next fight with Luis Ortiz.
Yes.
You laid how that could potentially
You know who else
happen.
got so much money?
Yes.
He said, "Fuck boxing the nigga yesterday. I ain't doing this shit no more."
No,
I'm
but
going
that's out of context. I don't know why Khan is trying to make it seem like what I'm saying is out of context. Listen, Khan, I'm going to try and bring it down to you one more time, all right?
Marco?
I'm saying if the Wilder-Ortiz fight happens and now it's on pay-per-view and we already know this fight, Dominic Breazeale versus Wilder, to be Wilder's highest payday, because of the $20 million Dazn offered and the Showtime executive saying that they either matched it or came close to it. Whatever words you feel like using. Whatever words.
Put it better than this. We gave him what he asked for.
All right. There you go. That's the quote. So now what I'm saying is I'm showing you that rematches, regardless of who they are, the rematch gets more money. So when I started with Canelo, you tried to debunk my argument by saying it's Canelo. I rest my case, Your Honor, because Canelo is a phenomenon. He's an anomaly. He does pay-per-views. It's different, and I get your argument. So then I went on to present other rematches that prove that in a rematch, the fighters receive more money. Just to further my argument, or further strengthen my argument that Wilder could potentially be a cash cow because his rematch with Ortiz will grant Ortiz his highest payday, hence his promoter waiting out for it. Plus, Wilder's already receiving 20 now, so he's not going to go down. Boxing teaches us that if you're making something, you continue to make that. You don't go down unless you lose, or you go off television, meaning from your prime time, go to pay-per-view. Your pay grade is different on pay-per-view, obviously, because it's bigger on pay-per-view. Back to regular prime time, you got a certain mandatory minimum that you get from TV execs. That's all I'm saying. But we could get to these callers, bro. Let's see here. We're going to try Michael in the UK.
What's going on, Mike?
Actually, Michael, not you.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Tank was there first. Go ahead, Tank.
What up, Tank? Baltimore?
Yo, hello.
Tank, what up?
Yo, you got me?
We got you.
Hey, what's up? Salute to you guys, man. Great work, Ness. We're getting that interview from Jay Jimenez. Hey, what's been revealed in that interview is that this is promotional politics going on. And I think Khan said something about the offer, the 6.5, whatever, the 5 million being greater than what was offered to Jarrell Miller. Well, that's simply not true, because Eddie Hearn said in the last interview he had that what he offered Miller was enough to change his life, his kids' life, and his grandkids' life. So you trying to tell me $5 million does that? Or 6 could? No. He offered Miller a lot more. And just like Ness said, not only he's offering Luis Ortiz a flat fee. That's it. No other parts of the other promotional money that's going to be made from airing the fight. Just the money that was offered, flat. So I think that was a good observation. That was a good interview to reveal some things. And also he said in that interview that he debunked the myth that these guys keep saying that Dillian White offered Luis Ortiz $2 million. That's just not true. And I think, Khan, brother, I think you did say something about that. So I really want to hear what your opinion is about Dillian White supposedly offering Ortiz $2 million. And Jay Jimenez just came on here and said there was no offers at all from Dillian White or his camp. That's my call, gentlemen. Continue to do your job, man. Great job.
Well, my opinion, great call. My opinion in terms of the Dillian White thing is that it's a bit tricky to believe the guy that says he's the manager and will receive no offer, but he's the same guy that can't actually accept anything or action much for his fighter when it comes to accepting big offers. It's a bit hard. He contradicted himself a couple of times. Do we now say Dillian White is a liar? So there was no offer that was received, but then his fighters came out initially and said 250K was received and rejected a year ago. So
Let's just
Lewis
choose to
Ortiz,
use what Jay Jimenez says. Let's just choose to use what Jay Jimenez says that fits our argument.
You could have tidied that argument up a little bit more, man. You was there. All thing you have to say is, it seems like Jay and the promoter are at odds. Who is to say that when the promoter got that offer that he showed it to Jay? Easy. Killed him just like that, nigga. Easy.
Well, according to Jay, he didn't see it. According to Jay, the only reason he called it a low ball offer is because he went off of the promoter.
We ain't talking about the low ball offer. We're talking about the Dylan White offer.
Oh, okay. Let me get you some super chats.
Hold on, Nets. 1 second before you go to the super chats. The caller that just called in as well. You said the millions that Jarrell Big Baby Miller was set to make, including, he probably didn't know that Dazn actually had 2 fights lined up for him at 1.5 million per fight.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with the AJ fight. Okay. That's a promotional contract, or should I say a television deal between a fighter and a broadcaster. That has nothing to do with the AJ fight. You guys keep trying to package in his other fights. You know, that doesn't count.
Yeah, so let me stick to the fee, whatever the guarantee was that he received. You see the millions that he had. If he went about using that million, the millions that he was going to receive the right way, he could change his kids and his kids' future for life.
If he's a good investor, huh, Khan?
Ness, I don't know how much you would blow. Or how far you would blow.
Listen, Khan.
If I had 4 million in the bank today, I'm telling you now, my kids are set.
No, listen, you and me too. Listen, Akan, you and me both, but that's because we don't have $1 million in the bank. You heard another thing that you could press rewind is he said that. Yo, you guys are crazy if you think Lewis is broke. He's set. He's chilling. So listen, man, when we broke, we accept it. When we broke, 5 million will last us 10 generations. But when we get 5 million, we're going to have 5 million problems.
He said, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, that he said that Eddie Hearn said something about how the offer that he made was life-changing and it was going to help Jarrell Miller's kids and his kids' kids. That caller just said that was not the case because it wasn't going to. There's only so far, essentially, that 4 million could go or the 6 million could go. I'm saying that that's not true. So that caller, I'm assuming he probably doesn't have 6 million in his bank lying around, but I'm essentially saying 4 or 6 million, it can go a very long way with your kids and your kids' kids.
Let's go
to. If we find out that Eddie Hearn sent over like 7.5, and he was only Ortiz and them was only gonna get 2. I mean 5. If
Eddie Hearn you don't know what's the percentage that promoter takes.
I'm not saying any of that shit. I'm just saying if Eddie Hearn comes out next week and says the first offer to Ortiz was 7 million, second offer we sent over was 7.8 or whatever, that means shit. The damn promoter trying to get 2 mil. Shit.
But Mike, he ain't trying to get 2 mil. You the one went to college. What if the promoter gets 30%? What if he's a 20%? What's his cut? Like, we don't know. We don't know what's his cut. I'm just telling you a percentage.
That's true. That's
so
true.
Maybe he is entitled to 2.5. We don't fucking know. We don't know. And let me tell you, you want to read shitty contracts? Google Cuban and boxing contracts. Google Yurokis Gamboa's contract. Google fucking Guillermo Rigondeaux's contract. And you'll see, those are the shittiest boxing contracts alive. Laura is lucky. Laura came with Louis the Cubas. And Luis Ortiz seemed to have been lucky later in his career. People don't talk about him being promoted by numerous other promoters, then finally ending with Golden Boy.
With that blonde hair and shit?
I don't know who, but he ended with Golden Boy, then Al Heyman.
No, I'm saying Ortiz had blonde hair like once upon a time.
Look, I didn't even know that shit. And I thought I followed him. I didn't know he had blonde hair.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Let me go to some boomerangs. But first, I got to go to our UK correspondent and host. The host ducker is what we call him. He prefers to be a texter rather than talk. So this is a rare sighting right here. You know, to actually see and hear this guy is going to be interesting. Akeem, is that you?
Akeem.
You're being timed, champ. You know, this is what happens when you don't normally call in. You forget how to unmute yourself on Skype. He probably is talking, Jack. I mean, Akon, thinking he's like coming down on us and shit right now.
Raining down hell and shit.
Akon, I can't believe you let him get away with that. If I was on the show, I would have said. I don't know. He must be in the car. We're going to go to Mastermind. Joseph, talk to me.
Yeah, so something I took excuse me. Something I took away from this is, do we think that Ness kind of is right when he says, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know? Because maybe Ortiz feels like he can get Wilder out of there and then still turn around and make the AJ fight. As to taking the AJ fight, he knows if he loses, that's it. It's over. There's no other shot after that. Because at Ortiz's age and at his level, I think another loss with all these heavyweights coming up, it just puts him right at the back of the line. And I think that's something that he's carefully, him and his team, obviously, are carefully thinking out. Because as much as we want to, see all these fights made, let's be real, it's a business. And these guys can't box forever. They have to set themselves up for when this is over. And I think that's what they're doing. So, but that also tells me he feels a lot better about his chances against Deontay Wilder. So that's just interesting to me. But that's my call, man. Y'all have a good day.
Joseph, man, thank you for always being a faithful listener. Good call. Let me get.
Hey, did you get to the Andre Diakonou super chat?
I didn't get to any super chats yet.
Let me read one right quick. From Andre Diakonou, man, pound for pound supporter. How many level is there to King Kong boxing? Promoter, manager, Heyman, Louis DeCubas, and Herman. Who make the final decision in regards to the fights? That's a good question. Also, we got two from Ohio Run Boxing. Don't say much, just show some love. And Slide Stream Loma 2011. Didn't say anything either, just showing love. And Laser Light Show didn't say anything, just showing love. Everybody else, I will get to you, but I just said those because they didn't say anything. Oh wow, while Ness is away, Mike will play. But yeah, we got one from Organic Herbal Supplements. Great content. Thank you, man. We appreciate it. And one from Brandon Maurice. What I tell y'all, AJ equals Freddy Krueger. I can get to some more while you trying to find out callers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I got callers. I'm just waiting on you, champ. Like,
go ahead.
I thought you was doing one.
You went
for like 8. You know what I'm saying?
I take a little break.
To this day! To this day! To this day! Take along if you know the words. Come on. To this day! Come on.
Yo, can you lot hear me?
We hear you.
Good stuff. Listen, man, I'm gonna come for you next. This one is for you, yeah. Your level of arrogance is just too much, yeah. This guy, he's the manager of Louis, and he's come and he said, you know what, this is not a low ball offer, and he's the manager, but you still want to act like you know more than him and keep telling us that it's a low ball offer.
Obviously, I know more than him. Obviously, I know more than him.
Stop that.
Obviously, I know more than him. He couldn't even accept the offer. Get your ass out of here.
Stop it. Your arrogance is too much. Stop it. It's too much. Stop it. It's too much. Stop it. We're not idiots. Anyone who knows basic maths know it's not a low ball offer.
Okay.
This man he's been offered 10 times more. Do you know the meaning of the word low ball?
Yo,
do you need to read the dictionary? Come on, man. Stop this.
KO,
man.
Your name is KO Flat Fee.
You are a spin doctor. That's what you are.
You are a flat fee giver, taker,
you are
lover.
Come on. Anyone with a brain knows that if you're being paid 10 times more than what you previously earned, that is not a low ball offer.
AJ fans love flat fees, yo.
AJ fans, it's about logic. It's about brain. It's about using your brain.
AJ fans love flat fees.
It's about using your brain.
Sorry, champ. Use that boomerang status though. Let me go to my. I was about to call you co-host. This guy is not a co-host. This guy is a texter. That's all he is a texter. Akin. What you on a motorcycle, champ?
He ain't coming on.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Hear me? Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I was driving through a tunnel. I can't. Lester Gibbs.
I knew he was coming for a conference. This is what he does.
No. He's a professional at arguing irrelevant nonsense. Don't get distracted by his bullshit. All right?
Let me start this clock. You about to get out of here real quick.
You had him dead to rights when the caller asked, "What about the money that came from Dazn?" He distracted you with all that AJ cash cow nonsense. Stay on his neck. The point of the call that dismissed everything was that Dazn added the money because Big Baby is a Dazn fighter. Ortiz is not. Eddie Hearn has offered what he's going to offer, and he's not offering any more. Don't let him distract you with irrelevant nonsense.
Jack, let me rebut you. All right? When you say it was irrelevant because DAZN gave Big Baby that money because he's a DAZN fighter, you leaving out the fact that AJ, okay, sent a certain amount over and said that was it. And Big Baby said, well, fuck you. And then DAZN said, well, no, we need this, so here. So it's totally different than him just being a DAZN fighter.
But
Excuse me. And it's totally different from him just accepting an offer the way you want Luis Ortiz to just accept an offer. You're not saying what really took place. I know that you're fickle and forget.
You were given. Stop talking. You can't shout me down. You said that there was more money. Okay, whatever. Are you going to do childish tactics or are you going to listen?
I'm listening.
Okay. So you said that the offer, the money on the table was 6.5 million. 6.5 million didn't come from Eddie Hearn, who is now looking for it. So whatever they give Ortiz's ducking ass is whatever he gets. So you're saying that he should get more because that's what was.
You need to get more service. How about that? I mean, these UK fans, you guys must have no money over there. You guys are broke over there.
Fight him without doping.
Is it that? Is the internet that expensive?
Listen, you can't distract me with your nonsense.
We can't hear you, Akan. I mean, look, you're not even Akan. We can't hear you, Jack. Your service sucks.
You can't hear me.
Press rewind and you'll see.
I've got my hands free and you.
There goes the issue.
You can't
He's on hands free.
That's what it is.
He's on hands free. Doesn't Mike always tell you guys not to use Bluetooth?
I'm driving.
So when you go in and out and we don't hear you, it's not our issue.
The reason why you can't hear me is because you're not used to listening to common sense.
I know.
You're used to listening to the nonsense that you spout all day.
Hey.
If you're saying there was more money on the table
26
for Big
seconds.
Baby, so he deserves that, where did the money come from? Did it come from Eddie Hearn? It didn't. So try another argument.
It came from DAZN. It came from DAZN. It came from DAZN. So now it's up to DAZN.
Eddie Hearn's looking for the replacement.
Yo, this guy talk about nonsense. Look at the shit you're saying. DAZN's not looking for a replacement. Like they're not the broadcaster. Like they're not the one. Like they're not the one telling their subscribers that fucking AJ's gonna fight June 1st. Shut up, Jack. This is why you're not here. Because you don't say the right things, bro. Michael in the UK, talk to us.
Want to be.
Oh, my God. He's still talking.
No.
Jack.
Hey, Mike,
Jack
go ahead.
Coming. What up, Mike?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Oh, good.
All right. I got 3 points, yeah? First up, I thought that Ortiz was stuck in. I don't believe that no more, yeah? Now, I'm going to go to 3 points, yeah? Number one, yeah, is that AJ and Wilder situation. That's going to happen until 2021. Yeah, I know that I'm at peace with it. Yeah, you can't make someone fight who don't want to fight. Number two, Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. We all know that's going to be pay-per-view second half of the year. We all know it. Yeah, but the problem is for Wilder.
Yep, you dropped off, man. That UK service, bro, is not something y'all
I'm
should
telling you, they
about.
broke over there, man. They can't afford the good service.
Look, I wouldn't say
that's what it is. That's what. Look, Robert in America.
We have 5G, bro.
Are you
I-
okay?
Akan, you're breaking up literally right now. Like I
Acting
always
like-
ask, are you on Ethernet? Like it's sad what's going on over there. Is the Queen withholding megabytes per second on y'all motherfuckers or something?
Is it like the 5 like lowercase g or like the 5 capitalized G?
Bruh, they service sucks. Let's go to Robert in America.
Yo, what's good, boys?
All right, make us proud, man. We're hoping that your service is better than theirs. Fingers
it,
crossed.
it should be better than theirs. First of all, I just want to say, how much you weigh, Akon? Because after this wrist heals, I'm going to drop to whatever weight you is just to knock some sense in the ass. Listen, you guys don't understand a few things over there in the UK. You're so used to being sheep.
Don't drop that and then gloss over it. Don't drop that
Go
and
ahead.
gloss over it.
Speak on it.
Don't gloss it and glow over it. Stick to what you were saying. Sorry, go into information about what you just said. You asked me for my weight, right?
Yeah, go ahead. How much you weigh?
Okay. So I weigh 16 stone. I don't know what you guys, 106, 105?
16 stone ain't no 100-some pounds. That's about
Hell
2
no,
stones.
16 stones is like heavyweight.
kg. I'm talking about kg. 100.
Somebody over there translate for Akan what he weighs in American pounds, man.
I don't have a clue. Nah, but
I
the point
believe the
is,
last time he said he was a heavyweight, though. That's all that matters. Like, you know what
Okay, well, I'm a
stones are, right,
heavyweight.
Akan? How many are you a
That nigga
heavyweight or
weigh
not?
230.
Somebody
he
said
230.
about 250 pounds. Damn, Robert's
No,
only
he
205.
He 230.
I'm 205. Yeah. But once my wrist heals, man, let's line this shit up for September. Because I need to knock some sense into your ass. Look, listen. You guys are sheeps. You're so
I'm
used
down.
to
I'm ready.
just
I'm
believing everything. No, let me finish. Believing everything that Hearn and all these people tell you to understand. Look, it's not because it's twice or 5 or 10 times more than what he made. It's a big fight. It's AJ's first fight in America. The money calls for the money. It doesn't matter who is stepping in there. They got to get paid. This is just what it is, bro. You know what I mean? That's the way the game works. I mean, I don't know if you guys been watching long. I know Ness, you have been. I've been in this game, watching this game. I watched my dad fight in this game, for the last 25 years. It just comes down to what the market is. What's that market? What's that fight going to be? Okay, I don't believe any of these promoters or what they say, because they always got something stupid to say or this or that or make excuses. You know what I mean? Just pay the man to fight. That's it. These flat fee ducking shit it's getting old for me, and I'm a fan. So
okay. So you said you're gonna come to knock sense into me, yeah? The way that you've just started with the energy you came with, and the way that you finished this call, I can tell I'd eat you for breakfast. I'd still have leftovers as well, and I'd save you and eat you for lunch as well. You sound like a man that has a pussy. You sound like you need a set of tissues sent to you first class, Royal Mail, FedEx, whatever you guys use, so you can wipe that pussy.
Because
That's
I was
what you
making a
sound
point
like. You sound like a
that you can
pussy.
like.
That's what you sound like. You sound like
you talk
a pussy.
you talk a lot of shit, and you always go in there.
Akan, I do have to say this. Robert has already signed up for Border Wars.
I don't care. Good.
But
That's great.
But
no, hold on.
I'm just saying he's not just a talker. I'm just saying he's not just a talker. He is one of those guys that has signed up.
I love that. So we'll make it happen. Don't worry about it. We'll make that happen.
Well, all right, Robert, thanks for calling in. We're going to go out to my mastermind.
Alabama.
I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby. If he doesn't hiding, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
Productions.
Yes, sir.
Fuck this, Ness. Let me talk to you. If you give Jack another motherfucking 5-minute call, Ness, I'm gonna shoot this bitch up. I'm tired of this shit, Ness. God damn. I told you about this since my first call ever on TBV. You and these little UK callers, you love getting them niggas 75 minutes
Yo,
of talking
that's
shit,
Jack
bro.
is the truth, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
bro,
Fuck Jack is the truth. That nigga scared to be a host. He's scared to be a host, and you giving that nigga his time like he a host. No, that nigga don't want to be a host, so stop giving him host time. That nigga scared to come on the show. He want to do all that texting and shit,
Yeah,
bro.
quit giving them hoes time, nigga.
Yeah, the whole ass nigga love getting
Mike,
his 5
turn your
minutes.
mic up a little bit, man. What up with you, man?
Man, I'm tired of that shit. But
Tired of
anyways,
Mike
bro,
too, man. Mike always fucking up.
my nigga Luis, you know, it ain't his fault. That nigga got a bitch ass promoter, apparently, it sound like. Nigga just want money for himself, it sound like. If a nigga said
Nigga can't even
Luis
sell his
getting
own
five,
chip.
but they said Luis getting $5 million, that was without the cut from the promoters. So that means that nigga, the promoters just wanted extra money. So I don't want to hear that shit, bro. All right, I would have dropped my promoter. I would have been like, look, bro, fuck this contract, nigga. Either I ain't never fighting again, you gonna make this motherfucking fight. Cause you a whole ass nigga that you gonna stop my motherfucking chance for 4 belts because you want some extra money. Bitch, this ain't about you, nigga. This about me. He the fighter. You talking about some goddamn we can get more money. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Nigga, this, you not in getting in the ring, motherfucker. I'm getting in the ring. You trying to set me up to die versus Wilder. You hear what the motherfucking Jay Jimenez said, nigga. We want AJ.
Was the promoter wrong? He's getting a counter offer.
Because, nigga, if you get in that motherfucking ring with Wilder again, Louise, we gonna end you, my nigga. Don't do that. I'm letting you know. Go fight AJ, bro. Please get to your promoter. Tell the nigga don't hop in there with him.
said we are going to end you.
Yeah, because it's a group, nigga. We putting the whole Alabama power in that fist. That's why niggas going to sleep. You feel me?
No,
all us in there.
You, Javier, you are a sheep. That's what you
hey,
are.
Hey,
you
Khan, don't come for me, my nigga. Hey,
Khan, Alabama.
Khan,
I don't know how
I ain't started with you in a while, my nigga. Don't do this.
Sheep.
Cause you look, bro. I ain't got time for you to be swinging off them AJ nuts no more. I do not want to see you swinging off them AJ nuts, big dog. You've been a real nigga for a little bit, but I hear you getting back on them nuts, and we don't need that.
But I decided to
AJ
let you
a whole
continue
out
with all the
there. Tell that
rubbish
nigga
you've
make
been
a fight,
talking.
bro.
But you said we shouldn't give Jack any more time. Nes needs to stop giving you as
I'm
much
different.
time.
I'm different. I'm a different nigga. I'm not Jack. Jack a hoe. We already know that. So I'm different. You feel me? All I'm telling you is AJ ain't made. Tell that nigga make a fight. Tell him go and knock a nigga out so we can make this shit happen. You feel me? We here. We waiting on it. You hear me? Alabama is. Alabama stand up, baby. I'm out.
Mastermind Elms, talk to me.
Oh,
Elms calling in?
Yeah, I had to call in for this one.
Damn, Elms.
Yeah.
Get him, Elms. Get him,
They
Elms.
coming out the woodworks.
Get him, Elms.
Man, Javier funny, but listen, Ness.
Yo.
You saying it's a low offer. What do you think the offer is? And what offer would you claim as a good offer?
I'm saying he said 5 million flat, dog. Like that's low.
Nah. But he said 5 million just for Ortiz, and he said they were a sliver away from what they wanted, and they wanted 10 million. So a sliver. I don't know what you want to say a sliver is. $1 million?
I mean, look, man, we can't do nothing until the facts is out, man.
Nah, but we got them. I put in the chat already. I clipped it. Jay Jimenez saying this. I was not saying we were a sliver away from what we wanted, and we wanted 10 million. And in the next clip, he's saying no. He corrected you guys and said Ortiz is getting 5 flat.
All right, so you're saying on the clip he says we wanted 10 million?
Yep. He says at the beginning of the clip we were a sliver away from what we wanted, and then at the end of the clip he confirmed that they wanted 10 million. And in the second clip, he says Ortiz was getting 5 million flat minus the promoter's cut. So the promoter's already been paid. He's getting 5 million.
But that don't make no sense. Think about it, Elms.
I don't know what kind of contract.
Listen to me.
Sound like
Listen
a
to
slave
me.
contract.
That shit is crazy. Listen to me. If
play it, bro. I clicked it for a reason.
Yo,
I know you wouldn't believe me.
If Luis Ortiz manager said Luis is getting Yo, he said Luis is getting 5. He said, Luis is getting his 5 guaranteed.
Yeah.
But we were a slither away from the 10 million. What the fuck is going on? So wait, the manager.
Hey, listen, this nigga Dade County, he's in Voldemort, bro.
Yo, Dade County got 50%. He get 50? Nah, man, I don't know.
Play the clip. I swear it's from the live you're doing that right now.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna play it, but I'm just saying he probably made a mistake, bro. Like, cause that don't make any sense.
Just listen carefully, because you guys were talking back and forth, so you're gonna hear it. But don't. I'm telling you, man, it's some fucked up shit.
The first one or the second one?
The second one is saying 5 million alone. He got 5.
All right, so the first one. No,
the first one should be. He's saying a sliver away from what we wanted.
All right, let me see.
At the end of the clip.
Let me see. the manager. It's a
Yeah,
lot
but the
of people.
promoter. I said, guys, we didn't get the fight, and people just ran with it. But yeah, I said the promoter said it was a lowball offer. It wasn't. It was tactics, and I was gassed up by it because shit. If you really want the fight, just pay the man the little difference. It was off by nothing really. Just pay the man. Let's get the fight going. And it was more. I mean, there's still a chance. It might still be a chance.
Do you want me to keep going? Because he didn't say a number. Does he say the number? Elms, come back.
No, he on delay.
Now he gone and shit.
It said it was off by nothing, really.
Yeah, but off by nothing.
Yo, at the end of the clip, it says 10 million.
Okay.
Like you said, the public wants it. I hear they still want it. They haven't made up their mind. I think they should put their egos aside and let us fight.
But why? I don't understand why you letting it play out. Why are you not calling Eddie or having Al call Eddie or Louis the Cuba? Get Louis the Cuba to call Eddie. Louis the Cuba talks to Eddie all the time.
Yeah, but we don't make the calls. The promoter, Louis, is contractually.
My bad.
You done hit the button, man. The button pusher.
Nah, I fucked up. Hold up. I gotta play the clip again.
But yeah, if you listen on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. I'm trying to get to that.
Or having Al call Eddie or Louis the Cuba. Get Louis the Cuba to call Eddie. Louis the Cuba talks to Eddie all the time.
Yeah, but we don't make the calls. The promoter, Louis, is contractually signed to a promoter, and he feels like.
All right, but you got to get someone else. You got to get someone else to call that promoter, Jay. You got to get someone else. Like
I'm not gonna throw him.
It's already you are like, yo, my hands are tied.
I talked to him yesterday. Yes, I can't throw the guy under the bus. Look, he's a negotiating man. He's a businessman. He knows, and he believes that if you need him and we need to save the fight, we need to save the show, he's looking at it like, what's the problem? Pay me $10 million.
Listen, Jay,
you're getting 30.
You heard the 10 mil, Mike? Because I didn't.
He said, pay me $10 million. You're getting 30.
Okay.
His whole point is like to Anthony Joshua and the Hearn team, pay me my $10 million because you're getting 30. I didn't hear where he said that the offer that came in from Eddie was close to $10 million.
Yeah, me neither. But let me see. And he's saying, what's the second one? You want to play the second one too?
Go ahead, might as well.
Let's see what happens, man.
Man, you got to get Louis the Cuba to call your guys in Dade County, man.
I want the fight.
Somebody could patch that shit up. Somebody could talk to that guy. Somebody could talk to that guy and say, listen, $5 million in a title shot, 3-4 title shots. Like, don't worry about it. We'll get whatever.
That was 5 just for Lewis. He was already getting some money. That was 5 just for Lewis. He was already getting money. We agreed at 5. Lewis should get 5 for him.
Whoa. So Lewis' purse was guaranteed outside of what his promoter was getting, and they're still holding out for more money.
Yeah, because the promoter believes that. Bruh, I guess Luis Ortiz's manager's listening. I got a text, and he said, all promoters get 30% of the fighter's purse, if not promoted by main promoter. What could that mean? If not promoted by main promoter, meaning what? The A-side promoter? Or if he's not the main promoter in a co-promotion? Like right now, Joe Joyce entered into a co-promotion, Ringstar and Frank Warren. What does he mean by that?
Okay. He's saying like.
Let me just finish it. Not that there's a lot more, but I'll read it all to you, and then you give me your interpretation. He says, all promoters get 30% of fighter purses, if not promoted by main promoter. Period. That's standard contract, Ness. Mike? Businessman?
My interpretation, what he's saying, if one promoter is promoting,
thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
then he's gonna get 30%. But if there's like a co-promotional thing, like say Big Baby and Salita and what's the guy's name? The other guy's name? Salita and Greg
Cohen.
Yeah, Greg Cohen could be 15-15 if that's the case. If that's what I'm hearing.
If one already ain't got 30 and then that said fighter has to give up another 10, you know what I mean? And that's what it sounds like. If you only getting 5 out of 10, and that's Elm's assumption though. That's Elm's assumption.
If he's getting 5, the only thing you gotta do is add 30% on that motherfucker. So half of 5 is 7.5. So that's 50%. So 25% of that would be 1.2. So you're looking at he's getting like 1.5, 1.6.
I don't know, man. Look, what it is was truth telling. Hopefully we shook the tree. Maybe we can get this fight, maybe now that everything is hitting the fan, cooler heads prevail. This doesn't mean it's okay to fight Michael Hunter and Trevor Bryant and Andy Ruiz. Like, we still need to focus our energy on the best possible fight available.
Dude, he might be getting $3 million, my nigga. Because I just fucked that math up. If you take $8 million, you take half of that, that's $4 million, right? So that's only 50%. So then you take away $1 million from him, it's gonna be 60-40 till you get 70-30. So you might be getting like $2-3 million, bro, off the contract. I mean, I don't know how close they were to the $10 million.
And let me tell you something I learned. Cameron Duncan was a manager. He was the manager of Terrence Crawford and Mikey Garcia. And now he's a promoter. And he learned that as a manager, you can be left, you could be shitted on. But as a promoter, you ain't going nowhere. And that's why this dude, Dade County, he probably ain't never promote no one else in his life, man. Just like the other one. Guillermo was tied to Caribe Promotions or some shit like that. And it's always some weird Florida-sounding promotional company, man. It's crazy,
always some
bro.
Florida shit, man.
Always. Some gangsters, man. Them gangsters, bro.
Exactly.
I'm done, man. Hit that thumbs up button, future, present, past. We out here, man. We got a betting show in a little bit. Got a break for lunch. We'll be back on Patreon for the betting show. Hopefully you took my advice on yesterday's post. And
Hopefully you did.
What you mean?
Steve didn't win.
I know he didn't, but I always tell you to hedge like I hedge. You want to see my slip? Fuck you mean? And I put the fight in there. And I told them in there, let's pick together. Who do you think is going to win? I always make, that's what I'm saying, Mike. You got no passion on this betting show. I make my argument so felt that you thought I only picked Claggett. That's the problem. You need to do the same so then you could come brag about, yo, I told you Danny was going to knock him out, so we could all be like, hell yeah, he told us, and we fucking made money. I got that Jordan money. Not that I buy Jordans. I'm an old ass pops. I got that English Bulldog dog food money. You know what I'm saying? I got that little 10-year-old daughter new dress money. Let's go. But Mike ain't trying to help me. He ain't trying to help me.
No, but who I am trying to help is the people that support us. Texas C super chat. So Ortiz got 500K. Ness a fucking liar and PBC caddy. We got one from Adrian Taylor. How can you say he's worth more when since after Wilder all 3 of his fights have been on undercards, never once been a headline show? Then Texas C is back with another one. I'm a Patreon now. Was my blue spanner? He want that wrench over there, man. Texas C want that wrench. We got one from Eric Cruz, man. TBB always with the exclusives. Yes, sir, Eric Cruz, man. Big shout out to Ness, man, for getting Jay on, man. We appreciate that, Jay. Then we got one from Adrian Taylor. Good content, guys. Ortiz got exposed. Hit the like button. I mean, I wouldn't say he got exposed because what it sounds like to me my interpretation of what Jay was saying, Ortiz absolutely wants to fight. Promoters, you know, it is what it is. We got one from Sam Spencer. Good work, TBV. Even though you didn't get answers, you got answers. Texas C is back, man. He a motherfucking supporter, boy. I tell you that. How can it be a lowball offer if both the fighter and the manager were happy with it? Good point. We got one from Yan Mardad. Breaking. Spence Porter going to be at the Mavs Arena. I told y'all niggas. I told y'all
What's that?
niggas.
What's that,
What
Atlanta?
I tell y'all?
Was that Atlanta?
No, nigga, it's in Dallas. You don't do the motherfucking Star. No, you're bigger than that now. But you can't necessarily do Dallas, a Cowboy Stadium again because that's it's big as hell. So where do you go? You go to that motherfucking Dallas Mavericks Arena where I told you it was going to be.
How many is that?
About 20,000, I think.
Okay.
We got one from Scat Rents, and the last one. Why didn't White say he offered Ortiz $2 million a year ago? Good point on that too. But yeah, man, that's it, man. Thanks for everybody going out with the super chats, man. We appreciate it.
Peace.
Gross 1911 on IG and Gross 2312 on Twitter. Thank you, Jay, again for coming on to the show.